on Iwtv News.
Ready or not, here they come. Football, baby, for the birds. Go, 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 move-in day. It's a Madcap week before the first week of school. And then the Maze Runners, coming and going on College Main Street, USA. But of course, another Reiver Classic showdown. Guess who and guess who and guess who won? This time.
From the campus of Iowa Western, you're watching Iwtv News.
Hello and welcome to Iwtv News. I'm JJ Davis. Finally, the Iowa Western football season is off and running, all the way to Coffeyville and the Red Ravens. Now, as usual, no one knows what to expect in the first game. Not the coaches, not the fans, not the so-called experts. And this game, well, see for yourself. Reigning National Coach of the Year Scott Strohmeyer talks it up with Coffeyville Big Bird Aaron Flores. Now Flores, like Stroh's mom Pat on the right, a double lung transplant.
Family on three, 1, 2, 3. Family.
The bell rings for round one. First quarter, the defense, a preview of things to come. Chester Graves with a bear hug. Reivers quarterback TJ Starks, his first significant action in 3 years, picked off by MacArthur Burnett. The dark side, playing in the home team's backyard, sophomore Atlas Bell, his first of 2.5 sacks. Late in the quarter, the Red Ravens forced a punt. And Michael Zachary, 32-yard return down to the Redbird 35.
You're good. Don't lose so much into him. You can run by him. He's throwing it, so he threw it, and you were too far inside.
Scoreless into the second quarter. Milton Sargbach keeps his balance down to the 8-yard line. Next play, Starks, an 8-yard TD pass to Javante Richardson. And Iowa Western's on the board, 7-0. The Big Blue defense keeps coming. Perrion Winfrey, another of the Reivers' 7 sacks. Under 2 minutes left in the half, 1st and 10 from the Ville 28. TJ Starks down the sidelines, 15 yards. Now Sargbach, 21 carries, 77 yards, including 3 tough ones here. Hunter Pinniger, who missed a 30-yarder earlier, drills a 26-yard field goal with 24 seconds left, and your halftime score? The Reivers drive 53 yards, 6 plays, first possession, second half. Starks 16 yards beyond the shell. Now TJ finishes 14 of 22, 121 yards, and this is second TD pass, a 5-yarder to Michael Zachary, 16-0 Reivers. Late in the quarter, Marcel Barbie blocks a Red Raven punt, and Iowa Western's in business, but backup QB Clay Beathard gives it right back as the Reivers turn the ball over 3 times. Third-string quarterback Carson Proctor beats the dark side D with a 70-yard scoring strike, and then 56 yards to Kendrick Jones down to the Big Blue 37-yard line.
Get off the ball. You're stuttering with us. Let's get off the ball.
The defense gets a strip sack, forcing a fumble on the first play of the fourth quarter. Coffeyville limited, just 202 yards of total offense. Last play of the game. Corey Hernandez, Big Blues' 3rd turnover of the night. Iowa Western rips the Red Ravens 19-6.
Our goal was to get a win, and we did. You know, these first games, and you could say a lot of first game errors on their end. We had a lot of first game errors on our end, too. We just made a few more plays. Hilton is a good little player, and you know, there's some areas he's got to improve. I mean, just getting used to the college game and the speed, but there was glimpses of what he can do. You know, and TJ, you know, I think he made some plays with his feet that extended some. You're going to see he missed some things too, and but that's part of that's inexperience, and you know, some of it's just got to be more vocal.
My performance really wasn't good at all from my perspective, but it was enough to get us to win, and that's all we worried about is the win right now.
I learned a lot. Shoot. I mean, the game is fast, probably gonna slow down, or it's gonna get slower, hopefully. So I'm gonna hit the hole faster. Just don't try to do too much at times.
I think it was a good team effort. You know what I mean? I think we played really solid on the D-line this year. I think we got a lot of young guys and a lot of talented guys, and you know, just when our offense struggling, we did good at pushing them and giving the best field position we could, and came out with the win.
Whatever it takes, whatever we got to do to get the victory, that's all that matters.
I'll tell you what, if we can continue to do well on special teams and defense, we're going to be it, and let our offense kind of come, because we got the weapons there. You know, we just got to get it all together.
It wasn't pretty, but pretty doesn't matter. Winning does. Second-ranked Iowa Western walks away from Coffeyville with its third victory over the Red Ravens in 5 tries. And what I hear, 6-7 false start penalties? That's not good. And that's just for starters. And speaking of starters, how about that guy, Michael Zachary? We shall dub him the human blur, or how about the Flash from DM Dowling? He's going to break at least more than 1 or 2 before the season's out. You can mark that down. The bottom line, the Reivers win, and in the end, that's all we'll remember. Quarterback T.J. Starks, his first time between the white lines under center in a few years, 14 of 22, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns, as well as that pick. Effective running the ball when Big Blue needed it most, 16 for 50. Now the transfer from KU is only going to get better. The true freshman from Omaha North, a great first impression. Milton Sargba looked like he could have broken one at any time, came oh so close. 21 carries, 77 yards. Told me he was nervous, a little different in college, but he'll get used to it and could be a force in the coming weeks. A typical week 1 game. Flags, Iowa Western 10 penalties, 60 yards, and a lot of them, as you heard, for false starts. But again, it doesn't matter. The Reivers win, so Big Blue is off and running. Next up, Iowa Western kicks off its home schedule with the fight for the Kitty Cup against, I'm told, an improved Triton team from Iowa Central. How about that volleyball team from Reiver Country? There they go again. Iowa Western and Western Nebraska, it never gets old. But first, the goodbye girl. It never gets any easier for Dad either. When we come back.
From the campus of Iowa Western, this is Iwtv News.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I had something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
The population of Council Bluffs always gets a little bigger this time of year, thanks to Iowa Western CC. That's right, friends, they come from all over the world and, of course, from just down the street. Now, when the new students get here, those first few days before the first week of school, well, it gets a little chaotic, to say the least. Here's Iwtv student Maradani Garcia with a Madcap recap.
I'm a first-generation student. I'm the first person to go to college in my family, and it's always been my dream to go to college at Iowa Western.
It's more stressful for us RAs because, I mean, we were running around making sure everybody's like finding everything and that stuff. But I feel like for the students, for like the second years, it's fun because they get to come back to their friends, and for their first years, they're nervous and that stuff because they're just coming fresh out of high school or something, and they've never been on their own, so a little homesick.
I am really excited, actually. This kind of doesn't feel real yet, so as soon as I start classes, like, it's gonna be great.
Moving day has been really nice, just getting to see more new people. And I actually have 2 new roommates that I've never seen before, so that was really cool, and they're both really cool.
Yes, it gets pretty hectic. Now, what if you're a parent and you're dropping off daddy's little girl for the first time, or maybe even the second? I mean, does it ever get any easier? The Sunday before Manic Monday, carrying the load in preparation for another school year.
Don't put on the ground.
And for one family, it's deja vu all over again.
We're gonna do it all in one.
Only this time, from the first floor to the second.
It's a lot easier, that's for sure. Because I had to go get your keys and then you get your papers, and it's a lot easier because you know what you're doing, unlike the first time.
Let's just try it, just humor. A little easier this time. The first time was pretty tough. You always have them around, and then all of a sudden, you know this day was coming, but it's hard to drop them off. For me, I'm pretty emotional, so it does touch the heartstrings a little bit. Here, I'll get that out.
I didn't cry this time. Because I cried last time.
So last year on the first floor, this year the second. How tough is it to move all this stuff up?
It's harder than last time because I was right inside the door last year.
Yeah, we gotta get sound now. I'm sweating a little bit. So it is. And the older I get, it gets all tougher.
Last year this time we didn't have any. My sister still, and she's a handful, but.
Really?
Yeah, so I think she makes up for me being gone.
I think this is a nice dorm. I think it's set up nice. She gets to interact with a lot of different kids, and yeah, I think it's great.
It's a scene that repeats itself all around the country, year after year. And for this family, it's deja vu all over again. Only this time, it's for the last time. And then it's time for class. And that's a whole new deal. Now, those first few days, that first week, it's like Midtown Manhattan at rush hour. But then again, having lived there, I mean, every hour is rush hour. Main Street, Campus USA. 1 minute, it's quiet. And the next? Traffic jams as students trying to find their destination.
We were trying to find this class, and we walked around the whole entire Ashley Hall and the Welcome Center, thinking we could get to one of these.
The first time, I guess, it was raining really hard, so my socks were wet, my shoes were wet, and I had to deal with that all day.
You know, one corridor goes to another, and it goes, all the buildings connect, so then you don't know which building you're in. It gets a little confusing.
I've been getting lost, and everyone's really friendly, so they help me find my classes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say like a 6.
Why?
Because I don't know where anything is.
Monday, I have a biology class, and we meet in 2 different rooms on different days. So I was trying to find Clark Hall from Stewart, got completely lost, had to ask about like 3 people. And then I go to one room, and there's no one there. So I have to run around and try to find someone to help me, and it ends up there in the other room, like all the way on the 3rd floor.
You have all the resources, and there's literally an app that tells you where to go if you don't know where to go.
And then it's, gentlemen and ladies, start your engines. Just your average day on Main Street, Campus, USA. Now, if that doesn't get you all wound up, then meet Captain Strohmeyer, the head honcho's mom. Cool lady, and an even better story. And they're off and running. Another Reiver volleyball season is upon us. After the break.
Okay, it's decision time. I want flexibility, more doing, hands-on experience, and working sooner. I gotta make a choice. I want to get started, now. Find your path at iwcc.edu and get hands-on real-world experience. Start now at Iowa Western.
So we were walking to school.
I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really want
smart.
cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope we
bad
don't
day
have
at
another
school
bad day at
today.
school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
All right, last year is last year. It's a new beginning for the Iowa Western volleyball team, and of course, a new team. And as always, not a bad way to serve up a new season with the annual Reiver Classic. And I always feel like this first match just sets up the second. It's like the undercard to the main event. Here's Iwtv student, we call him the Steiner, Matt Stein.
Game time against Jefferson County as the number 3 ranked. Looks to kick off the season with a win. First set, sophomore Irina Alexieva stores up not just 1, but 2 aces in a row. The All-American finishes with 3. Iowa Western grabs a 10-4 lead. Genesis Sheridan gets in on the action. The freshman with 1 of 2 blocks. 25-13, all Iowa Western after 1. Set 2, the newbie is just getting started. Sheridan with 5 kills total. Kelsey Havel got her first start as a Reiver. The freshman serves up 1 of 3 aces on the night. 11-5, Big Blue. And the star, Irina Alexieva, puts away 1 of her team leading 16 kills. Iowa Western takes the second set, 25-13. Defense and offense for the home team prevails in the third. The Reivers conquer the set and match 25-16.
For us to come out and just look fluid surprised me, because I think those first few matches, it's not quite fluid. They haven't played together yet, so I thought we looked pretty comfortable next to each other. I think it was good for us to just get that win under our belt, get those jitters out, and prepare us for 7 o'clock. I think we're going to have a much harder matchup at 7.
The Reivers have yet to lose to Jefferson. The Reivers are 10-0 all time against the Vikings. For Iwtv Sports, I'm Matt Stein.
Thanks, Matt. And now, as I've said, to the main event. 4th ranked and always tough Western Nebraska against the 3rd ranked Reivers. Now I know it's way early, but it's Western Nebraska. The home team attacking from the get-go. First set, freshman Cortland Henderson goes cross-court 8-5 Iowa Western. Big Blue hitting a stellar 3-17. The sophomore All-American Irina Alexieva. The Reivers finish off the Cougars 25-18.
Hey, middle, you're gonna have a heyday in quick transition if you can get it, okay?
Set number 2, more of the same. Morgan Bosler hammered down, and it's 8-5, Big Blue up for good. And then Henderson, one of her team high 14 kills. How about the outside masher from Russia? Alexieva follows with 12 Ks. Iowa Western a convincing 25-13 domination. 25 all, 3rd set. The Reivers just 3 blocks, but it's a big one, 26-25, and then match point. 3rd ranked Big Blue outguts number 4 Western Nebraska, 27-25.
And spooked them a little bit in those first 2 sets. We got some hard hitters. And when we're on, we're on. And we were on those first 2 sets, so I thought that we just caught them on their heels a little bit. You know, you don't get 25-25 very often in that first weekend, but I do enjoy that we put ourselves in position that we had to come from behind, and we did that.
We're a lot calmer this year, and I can go to anyone. I don't have like one specific player. I can go to everyone's even and can put the ball away when it's time.
It's a we thing, and we can pick each other up when we need to. So we had it under control. I know we did.
Yeah, I'm really happy. We got 2 competitive games tomorrow, so we got to finish off the weekend strong, and I think that we can do that.
The Reivers do just that, shutting out Barton and Laramie County 3-0. Iowa Western runs the table 4-0. Big Blue does not drop a set all weekend.
Reivers on 3, 1, 2, 3.
And finally, Mother's Day in Coffeyville. A special day for a special mom. On the other side.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Drop that baby.
Schedule your campus visit today. Iowa Western. The world is waiting.
This lady's really cool. The head coach's mom made the trip to the Red Raven's Nest for a special reason as well as a special person. Her name is Pat, and this lady does not sit pat. She's just a warm, neat, special person, and with quite a story. You see, Pat Strohmeyer is a survivor. And when she heard of another survivor, well, she just had to come.
We actually had more guys.
Coffeyville fifth-year head coach Aaron Flores, just another pregame powwow with fellow head coach Scott Strohmeyer. Not quite. You see, Flores is coming off a double lung transplant and has already won. Pat Strohmeyer, another big winner as well, after undergoing the same operation 18 years ago.
This is real important for me. Once I heard Coach Flores had a transplant, and I went through it, and they were doing a little organ donation, I thought it was really special.
And so, 72-year-old Pat Strohmeyer, escorted by her son, is honored as an honorary captain for the season opener.
I knew Scott thought it did a lot when I had my transplant, and I know he went to visit Coach Flores quite often. Ups are better than the downs, and it's well worth it. It scares a lot of people. I know I was really scared, but they talked me through it.
When Coach Flores first had, or he knew he needed a double lung transplant, I immediately reached out to him, and my mom going through that 17 years ago, I asked her to reach out to him.
Organ, eye, and tissue donation is a bridge of comfort.
And so she did. So they kind of formed, through email friendship. Never met her. Being this game that we're always going to try to continue as long as me and Coach Flo are on the sidelines, we want to do an organ donor awareness game, just to bring awareness to organ donation. And then he asked my mom to be an honorary captain.
The gift of organ, eye, and tissue donation.
Got a parent that's waiting for double lungs, and they're saying 5 to 7 years of life expectancy of double lung transplants, and here she is in 18.
Let's go. Oh, that was sweet. It's the first time that Scott did something, so it'll be really nice, and I'll always remember it.
The memories kicked off 50 years ago when Pat Strohmeyer married husband Dave. And the last 18? Well, Mom has been a living testament to the miracle of medicine. And on this night in Kansas, Pat Strohmeyer is there to give the other head coach a taste of his own medicine. And the results? Well, see for yourself. How about Mrs. Strohmeyer? And her son? A chip off the old block. Good people. And of course, not a bad head football coach either. And so there you go. Our first official show of the new school year with lots more to come. And so for this latest edition of Iwtv News, I'm JJ Davis, and as always, I'll see you around campus.
Iwtv is online. Like us, follow us, watch us.